You didn't.
Are we good?
We didn't need you to clap. No, what? Stop.
Oh, okay. My fault. All right.
God, you're like a kid.
All right, we're here. Come on.
We're here.
Mm-hmm.
So, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of It's On Us podcast. As you can see, we are made it to the other side of the basement today because we got a full couch.
Mm-hmm.
To my left, I have the one and only Mr. Osh Blair.
Peace and love.
Then, to his left, we got that guy, Mr. Santa
I'm a little busy.
Claus.
I'm a little busy right now. My bad.
Some spicy cheese.
So good.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
Then to the left of him, we got the one and only nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the left of him, we have not one, but two special guests.
They had to double back.
Two.
Mm-hmm.
Two.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
We have Miss Alaina, and for the first time on our show, Mr. Devin.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Guys,
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on.
We have an audience today, too. He's not on the camera.
Oh,
but...
we got Cliff in the background.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Right.
You can hold on the snack board, the charcuterie
Right,
board.
and then the charcuterie board that they have brought. Thank you again for that.
Beautiful.
So,
Mm-hmm.
You guys definitely bring the best tabletop prop.
oh, for
Yes.
sure.
Oh, thank you.
Hands down.
You guys just have to make sure it's all eaten.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We'll do it.
At this rate, there ain't gonna be no problem.
Okay.
She said she got extra. There's extra. She got to refill it. You ready?
Oh, man.
If it's on the
There's
table.
more
You say
everything
you got two
pretzels.
more, ain't
There's
it?
a lot.
You got two more, then we're good.
We're good.
All right.
All right.
But everybody, how was everybody's week this week?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I feel good. I graduated with my master's. No, John actually graduated, so I'm happy for this guy. So, no, it's been a good week for me, though. No complaints. Yeah.
All good. All good.
Yeah. I feel like we made it, John,
We made it.
We made it.
It was tough for us, man.
Congratulations.
We pushed through, but, we're here now. So, yeah.
Gabe, how was your week this week?
It was cool. I didn't really do too much, so
Yeah, that's it.
I just
That's
chilled.
it?
I just chilled.
You wasn't here last week,
What, you
though.
was living for
Right.
7 days, man?
Uh,
It's been seven.
yeah.
Why wasn't I here last week?
Because he was working.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. You've been. So, we talked
Yeah,
about
I
side
had
hustle
work,
last week, and you was actually out.
You hustling.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing
yeah.
it, though,
I made
so,
an
like-
extra $500 bonus.
There we go.
Nice.
Congratulations.
I was like, my mom hit me up. She's like, I already signed you up to do it. I mean, like, you're gonna take the money. I'm like, you're right. So,
And she's like, my Christmas present better be a little better
yeah,
also.
pretty much.
There you go.
And she's like, and you're just gonna pay your bills for the next 2 months and get it out the way. I said, all right. So,
Cool.
trying
Winning.
to stay ahead, man. Trying to stay ahead.
Winning.
It's hard.
How was your guys' week this week? Hectic?
Busy.
Chill?
It's been a blur.
Blur.
She didn't even remember
I
what
don't
day it
know.
was.
I'm
She's
like-
like, what's today?
Oh,
I
she's
have
been,
no
like,
idea.
tapped in then. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
Yeah, it's been exhausting. But good.
Holidays.
It's been good, but it's been tiring.
And for those who don't know, Alaina runs and Devin, they run together the Home Pantry in Westside Market in Cleveland.
Whoop, whoop.
It's been a few months now, right? That's been there.
Yeah, we've been open since September 10th.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's been a roller coaster.
It's been a lot of fun, a lot of learning.
So much learning. Yeah.
Lots of learning.
Yeah.
As,
It's been amazing. It's been, we talked about, well, we didn't talk about it, but was it in February or March I was here?
I want to say, like,
Last
March.
So, yeah, in February is when I was beginning to lock down the deal to open at the Westside Market. So I had mentioned that, like, we had a little secret, but I couldn't talk about it then. So, yeah, that was the secret.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. That's amazing.
Cat's out
Yeah.
the bag now.
Yeah, so we have a fresh deli, rotating deli salads, wraps, soups, bunch of different grabbables and snacks, and then our whole pantry product line as well. So we pack it in.
Oh, yeah. So, you John, you visited.
I visited. Yeah, it was amazing.
I have two. What I like about your spot there is when I went to visit you, you said, here's a menu. I was like, a menu? Why? Because you said our stuff is just, it has a bunch of different stuff and you don't want to waste time repeating it.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to get it out there and back. Look, read it over. If you like it, come back there. I'm like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's such a simplistic idea, but like nobody would use it. Because it's so simple, so that you implement it in your, booth every weekend. I'm like, pretty simple.
And it's also like a take it with you type of deal.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
so
we
it's
just print
it's
it, put it on a little clipboard.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's in the back of their head. They take the menu with them.
Yep.
So,
I like that.
And then also just being mindful of like people's diet restrictions. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people want things that they can't have just because they're not able to eat some type of nut or some type of allergy that can cause them to get sick. So giving them the proper information is always going to be important. So we have a lot of people that visit that are vegan or vegetarian on the weekly regular, and we want to make sure that they got what they need.
Our deli is vegetarian.
Nice.
We don't market it as a vegetarian deli though, but everything that we produce is vegetarian.
Nice.
We feel like that word kind of has a
stigma attached to it.
Yeah. It's like you hear that word and you're like, no, I'm a meat eater. And it's like you won't look for meat necessarily when you come here.
Yeah.
And it's such an open market. It's like there's thousands of people that come in there, many of which are tourists to the Cleveland area. So,
and when you go to the West Side Market, anyways, there's like a butcher shop or a meat stand.
Like 15 of those.
15 of them on every in every front, like
every corner of it.
There.
Literally.
So like, we wanted to be something different that really focused a little bit more on like the health base, and I want to have a good lunch where like I feel good and I can be productive and not weighed down.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day.
Sluggish.
You know what I mean? When you start to eat like either fast food or heavy foods, like it really weighs on you,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just keeping it fresh, doing a lot of rotation, still figuring out what people want, which has been fun. That's been like the fun part for me.
That has.
Yeah, being able to be creative again, because the pantry products, have been going great. That's why we've been able to open this space. But it just gets very repetitive. It's the same recipe, it's the same process. So being able to throw a little mix in there, it's been good for me, like as a person. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, what about your comrades? I'll call them at the West Side Market. So, like, there's a coffee shop across the way from you, and there's those other places around you. Have they kind of welcomed you, or have you guys had like
immensely?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So 80% of the West Side Market vendors are generational, and they've been there for like over 20 years.
Wow.
With that being said, the market has gone down over the past like 20 years. Just as Cleveland has, but we're really on like a big incline on the way back up. So with the new administration that has taken over, they've put a big focus on the rejuvenation of the West Side Market. So we moved into a completely renovated booth, heated tile floors, new plumbing. It's really nice, and a lot of the vendors nearby, we are a part of 3 new vendors that have come in, and the turnover there there's not a lot because people have been there for so long. You know what I mean? But I just feel like everybody's been so supportive.
That's great.
It's been really awesome. That was a big worry of mine, because
being accepted into a new...
Yeah, like we're the newbies, we're offering, something that the West Side Market doesn't have, will we fit in? Will they get what we're doing? Yeah, exactly.
Like everybody got their clicks and shit, and you coming in just trying to, just...
And
get a feel for it, though.
It's trying to squeeze in right here.
It's like high school.
Yeah.
It's almost high school like, you know what I mean?
What table do you sit at lunch?
The worst of ways, though. But, again, it was going into there, we didn't really know what to expect because we were the new kids on the block, But our surrounding, like we have Urban Herbs, Ohio City Pasta, Coffees and Crepes.
Walker's
Meats. Everybody is like...
M&M Foods. They've been there for a really long time.
Man, they're great. I there's not much, if anything at all, bad I can say about any of our neighbors there. It's been a very pleasant experience the whole way through. If there's something we don't have or we need, like, they're always very quick to be like, hey, come here, I got you, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
We also feed them.
We feed. Oh yeah. Like, at the end of the At the end of the day, we want to make sure we're taking care of everybody there. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. The energy is always reciprocated, man, and it's awesome being a part of that community with that kind of camaraderie there. Like we're about to have like a turkey bowl or a jingle bowl.
Yeah.
With the where they have like all the vendors will get like turkeys and
frozen turkeys.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like fun stuff like that.
Little like team building type of thing. Like,
yeah.
Good. This was up.
So speaking of like team building, so how did you come about with the Home Pantry and like you guys joining up as a team for this?
I don't ever think it was a question of if. It was always when.
It was when, yeah.
There
For a
you
year.
go.
I mean, Devin and I have been close friends since we were in elementary school, you know, so, I mean, I've had this business for technically 6 years, but really I've been doing it for like 10 years, you know, so anytime I've had some sort of anything that I need to talk about, like, I'm calling Devin, you know, so he's been working through problems and seeing this build up for years, you know, and like how many conversations have we had, like,
We'll sit on
as soon as that day comes.
Yeah, we used to, like, I even still today, we'll sit on the phone for like 2 hours sometimes. I mean, we used to do that when we were in elementary school. And we'll talk about all of that. I think it was just, it came to a point where I was really unhappy where I was at this point in my life, and I needed change because doing the same thing over and over again, it's not for me, you know. I need to feel created. I need to feel appreciated. I need to be able to be myself in an environment to grow. You know what I mean? And Alaina's out here grinding her ass off for years, you know. And like she said, we'd always talk about this. You know what I mean? I took a path of like gaining tons of management experience over the last like 7 years, while still having my own battles that I was fighting, but it gave me a lot of insight and a lot of knowledge that became useful, you know. So with that, and then seeing where this business was projecting to, it all kind of just came to a head, you know. And at this time, I was ready to leave where I was at, you know. And she was getting, and everything was like in motion this way, and it's like, I'm just gonna jump. Like
it was meant to align.
Alaina, one thing about her is like if she says she's gonna do something, she does it. You know, there's not one thing that she's ever committed herself to that I haven't seen her go out and achieve.
Next sentence is him gonna say I talk a lot of shit too, though.
Hey,
So.
but you can though.
But a pain in my ass. Man.
Devin, can you move your mic over a little bit?
Yeah.
Because you're like facing us, but like talking towards the back of it.
Is that better?
Yes.
Cool.
All right. But yeah, wow, because when I seen you join the Home Pantry, I'm like, about damn time.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It was really all it was. It was
Yeah.
it was about time. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, I wasn't financially able to,
Right.
but it became to the point where it was like, I cannot continue to scale up just
Until
myself.
you add to your team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I also hear you're the parfait guy.
I am.
What? How did you become the parfait guy?
Because
Peanut butter is his favorite food. Let's just say that real quick.
Is my favorite food.
Okay.
You know.
And then oatmeal, and then yogurt.
Almost
that
like
makes
in,
sense.
almost like in that order.
Okay. That makes perfect
That's a
sense.
parfait, man.
Pretty much.
But there was one time where I made them and they were awesome. She made them the next time and people were like, "That ain't the same." So from that point on, I was like, "I got this."
Let me take over real quick.
Yeah.
He is so meticulous with these parfaits, like layer, just so like he's in his zone with these parfaits. So you just
And you're passionate about it too,
because
right?
because I eat it all the time. So
See?
of course I want it
he
to
does
be
to
great.
where I'm like, Devin, if you're gonna make parfaits, put one in a bowl for yourself because you eat so many of these damn parfaits, you're costing money with how much like packaging you're going through.
To make a double up the batch. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
put it in a
just
to-go container.
Yeah, the other day we're in the kitchen and just got done making one. One just didn't have enough, ingredients to make it.
Finish it off.
halfway,
One short.
just a little short. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna eat that one. And she comes out of like the cooler, and she's like, she looks at me, and I know why she's looking at me like this because I'm really enjoying this, and she's like 75 cents, man, and I'm like, bro, it was gonna like there's nothing we can do with it. There was nothing we can do with it. So you know what? I'm gonna eat this one. Whatever. Okay. Carried on with the day, but yeah, so like very meticulous with that kind of stuff.
Gotta watch them costs, man.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Said 75 cents in the trash or 75 cents in the meal.
You gotta watch
Yeah.
it. You do gotta watch that.
Especially
However-
where we are right now.
Yeah.
We're like in puberty right now.
Yeah.
I feel like.
So all
like,
those costs, the
Everything,
tissue paper, the
everything is
containers.
strange, you know. Like you're just
I mean, every dollar
Figuring
that we
stuff
profit, is going right back into scaling up. You know, so it's like next time instead of buying, you know, 1 case of gloves, we're buying 2. You know, and it's so many tiny variables like that. You know, it's just like.
But you don't know until you actually like get into it and you find out like, oh yeah, next time, double up or maybe buy in bulk, so it makes more sense.
It's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah,
It is, yeah. So we know, like, you know, you fit that into projections. You round your costs high, and you round your revenue down. You know, so you always have that room for error. So, I mean, it was the money that we have spent. I feel like these past couple of months, I've never spent this much money in my life.
I mean,
but it
good or
comes
bad,
back.
though?
No, it comes back.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
how many-
absolutely.
How many times have we had to empty the account to refill it and then some? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Just over the course of like the last.
Yeah,
3
I mean, it's not
months,
like a couple
you know?
$100. It's like $20,000.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like.
But hey, if you want
month.
to play big, if you want to get big, you got to spend big, and
Exactly,
then it'll all
yeah.
come back to you. Though,
But it
so.
started off with like, all right, I got $100. I need to make some jar. I got some jars. I got like a couple of containers of fruit. You know, so it's like from 2 jars of jam, it's like now 4,000 jars of jam.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's
So and she just made a really great point, and that was like what has always been so attractive about what she started. Was this all came from the soil and dirt? You know what I mean? This is from her garden when she was living in Little Italy. She started growing peppers, and that hot pepper jam was born. You know what I mean? There's been no investors, nothing like that. That it's been organic the whole
And
way
everybody
through.
wants
it's
that.
organic.
Yeah,
people want that. People see it and you know, we're getting to the point where it's like people want a piece of the cake. You know, and it's just like, no. Like, unless you are on this team, like, we want to continue. Like, everything is within the team, you know? And it's like, with that
It has
being
to be
said...
organic within as well.
Exactly. But with that being said, we are constantly learning. Like,
I have an off-mic question, though.
off my question.
Do you have a specific number if an investor does come to you? Like, do you have a number where they can get in on the pie if the number's just right?
It would just really depend on what they want from it. You know, is it a loan, or is it equity based, or, you know, what is the relationship there?
Yeah, where are your intentions at? when
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. There you go.
like you said, that chemistry is important. That
Absolutely, yeah.
It couldn't just be anybody.
right here,
Yeah.
here's $10,000.
It couldn't be just
100,000.
anybody.
Right.
that-
Yeah.
Because we want to keep the equity within the business. So it's like,
Yeah.
what are you trying to negotiate? Because, you know, if you're doing something, you clearly want something back in return. You know.
Right.
So
What do we like to call that? Quid quo pro. Like you guys both have a.
quid
I have
pro
some.
quo.
That's how you say
I
it.
think so.
Yeah, right. So it's like
Yeah.
I have something, you have something. How can we meet in the middle for this
The bargaining system.
agreement? Right.
So, like, have you guys thought about, like, going to, like, Shark Tanks or something like that?
So last year I was in the Cleveland Chain Reaction, which is like a Cleveland version of Shark Tank. So I had a 15-minute pitch in front of a panel of like very knowledgeable and important people in Cleveland, which was a really awesome experience. Where like now I would kill it on Shark Tank, I think. But I mean, really, we're trying to build so organically that we won't need that. You know, we
Keep that.
currently are where we are in our business. You know, we're now a 6-figure business, and we have no debt.
soft flex.
That's great.
We have
That's great.
zero debt.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we are consistently in the green now. We've gotten to that point. But to get there, it has taken so much money and, you know, so much hard work and saving those nickels and dimes, you know, to where, like, I would never, I feel like I would be so stressed out every second of every day if I owed anybody anything. You know what I mean? That's just
Yeah.
not a feeling that I like.
That's good. That's a good way to go into business, though. Like,
Yeah.
That's,
yeah,
that's,
Oh,
a,
yeah.
good, that's a good mindset
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
overall.
I
Like,
I do owe my boyfriend a little money.
It's consider it an investment. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
So,
there you go.
but
You'll make it back.
yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a question.
yeah.
Like, you mentioned your team, and you mentioned, you know, Devin's, of course, on your team. How big is your team right now? And are you looking to grow it at all? Or are you looking? You mentioned off mic that your sister has now moved on to a different country. She's moved.
She's
She
doing
lives
things
in
for her
Mexico.
life.
Yeah, she's
Shout out to her.
yeah, she's killing it right now.
Ash,
Um,
get plugged in.
We are a team of 6, so it's Devin and I, and then we have Nikki. She's like, when you look at the jars, I know we talked about her before. When you look at the jars, she does all of our illustrations, which we're actually doing a completely new rebrand coming out, and we're shooting for February.
Okay.
So new font, new layout, same transparency. I mean, obviously same product, but you know, this was our first
season
branding.
1.
Yeah, this was season 1 exactly. So. Really looking forward to that. And then we have Lee, who is my production assistant in the kitchen. She is just like the absolute best. She like
Lee is awesome.
she keeps me from losing my mind in the kitchen some days, where it's like if I wasn't busy enough, we open this deli and I'm like, all right, let me just
add more.
Let me pack it in. Yeah. So she's great. And then we have our deli staff, which are 2 people. We have Camille and Adam, and then Adam works a day in the kitchen. So they just rotate out with the deli. Usually I'm at the deli on Saturdays. That's my shift. But, you know, it's just like, I think they like being there.
Yeah,
you know,
guys mentioned
I think so.
Yeah, you mentioned off mic that it's kind of self-sufficient. You guys are, it is Saturday right now, and it's like, this is prime time for you guys to be there. So you said, hey, you can take your hands off the wheel, and it can still sustain itself, and that's amazing.
That's new.
It's communication.
That's new, yeah.
That's you know, we've trust, communication, and like respect play a huge role in that. You know, if that wasn't there, if those key like qualities weren't in place, we wouldn't be able to be able to step away. You know, also just having the right people. You know,
that's good. That's great.
Devin has really helped with the trust aspect, because that has been the biggest hurdle for me. I want to give away responsibility, but I've put so much into this that it is.
You got to take it away from her.
It's hard.
You
got
to
so
make her believe that I
on.
trust you enough to like hold this.
I'm going to be repeating myself.
Right.
I'm going to be he says micromanaging. I'm showing. I am giving you insight into why.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That
Like,
makes sense.
I'm not just going to tell you the answer. I'm going to tell you how you get the answer. You know what I mean? So.
But then she could be like, okay, so just remember
I know it's
this is the steps to the answer, and this is how you get the answer again.
Yeah. But Devin also said the other day, he's like, you know, I had to look into your perspective, like, because he's always like, you need to take a day off, you need to like chill out, and I'm like, what am I gonna do then? This is my. You go home, you got your kids, you got your wife, like I go home and like it's me and my boyfriend like eating dinner, like. What else am I gonna do? This is my everything.
Keep going,
And it sounds like he loves you enough, and he's just trying to get you to get through the point of delegation. That's the point.
Absolutely.
In your leadership.
It's always positive.
Right. I got to get ready to go, but I love this episode. Keep it going strong. You guys are doing great. I love the fact that you guys are bringing itis-free food to the West Side Market. You definitely filled a hole. You guys are going to kill it. Do great.
Thank you.
You guys are going to do great.
Always so nice to see you.
All right.
Hey, it's always lovely to see you, Devin.
Duck. Oh, you gotta walk.
It doesn't mean that.
Weird. Let me get up really quick.
It doesn't mean that.
Here we go.
I'm gonna take a snack break.
So in the meantime, we'll give a shout out to our sponsor. The Creative Genius brand. Make sure you go on our website at www.creativegeniusbrand.org. Click on the tab IOU and get your merch. And we're back. We're back.
Those everything pretzel chips are so good.
I haven't had one yet.
I'm gonna add this in my rotation of shit that I buy at the store.
Oh, I love them.
So
So crunchy.
we've talked about your booth at the West Side. How special is it just to be at the West Side Market? Like just
That in itself.
like it's a cornerstone for Cleveland for like
120 years.
120
Historical
years.
place, yeah.
So it's like for you to be where you started at to where you are now. Like how to walk in there every day, like I run.
It hasn't
this.
gotten old yet.
That's what's
There
up.
is not one day where it's like, and you know, I go there like really early in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock. So only certain lights are even on in the building. You know, it's dark, it's quiet, like
That's the calm
it
before the
just.
storm.
Oh, I feel it's a sense of pride, obviously, but it's almost even deeper than that because there's such a respect for the space when it comes to just cuisine and culinary and food and just the skill and
You're
like
in there.
and you have to think like people. This was a place for the past 120 years where people from all over the world have come to start a family, to the world. Like 50 years ago, you would go in there and the vendors wouldn't even speak English. There's such like historical and like cultural like provenance there that it's just like that in itself is like I'm bowing down. You know what I mean?
So I'll let you guys know if anybody ever needs a tour guide out in Cleveland. She knows damn near everything there. Like, you could she'll drive you around blocks, and she'll just like it could be a pile of rubble. I promise you, and she knows.
She said 200 years ago.
200 years ago, that pile over there
Did so good.
was the big manufacturing facility for X, Y, and Z. They ended up moving this way because
He's not lying.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't like history in school, but I think it's because this is my home. Well, Cleveland is my home, so it's like, you would know. I mean, you've gotten a job since the last time that I was here, a fresh position.
Yeah, freshest. Yeah, and I love your take on history. I love that. I love looking at like this block used to have this and why it moved and the drama. I'm kind of a gossip person. I kind of like the gossip. Okay?
In a good way, though.
In a good way. It's because it's so interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, give me the tea. I want all the tea.
Yeah, I want the tea. Why did that happen?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I like the politics of it.
Yeah, I'm like a wanderer. I'm always like, I wonder why, or I wonder when.
Yeah, I'm just nosy. I ain't gonna cap.
She's got me in all of, like the Facebook Cleveland street groups or neighborhood groups. And
the architectural page in Cleveland is my favorite one.
Yeah, I just joined that.
It's so good. So good.
So I found this new page. I'm gonna send you an invite to it, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't live out there, but like, I why not? Why not know the history behind this? So like. It's cool though, because then I get when I take somebody out there, I get to share that information that she gave me, and it just passed along.
And people are like, "Oh, you a Cleveland boy now?"
Yeah, see,
something like that.
Something like that.
It's just like Jacob and Illyria.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, he knows all the right.
Yeah, he knows everything about Illyria now.
But so I have another question, because when I went to visit you, I got a parfait, which was divine. I also got some cookies. How in the world did you get your cookies to taste like that? Like, they're not your typical cookie. Like,
so you're talking about the cookie mix.
What do you mean, like the texture of the cookie?
Yes,
like
yes.
So it's a dry cookie
savor.
mix he got.
Yes.
Hey, you did all the work. We
you added the butter and the egg and baked them and shaped them.
You did all that.
What kind was it?
It was coconut lavender.
Okay.
Which I'm not a big coconut guy. I tried these. I'm like, what the fuck?
That smells like it's delicious.
I said, what the fuck is
They
this?
do.
They're
They smell
good.
delicious.
This sorcery. I was like,
Sorcery.
I said, this is like it's like bread. It's like.
So we have 3 different cookies. We have the coconut lavender drop cookies, which are like more fluffy and soft sugar cookies.
Yes.
And then we have the classic chocolate chunk, which is just like a really good, just classic chocolate chunk cookie.
That's my kryptonite.
Yeah, and they're chunks. They're like big chunks. They're not little
I need
chips
to
or
get some
anything.
of those. I need to go purchase.
And then the last one we have is the chili fudge cookie. So that one's
Chili
like,
fudge.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying, yeah, like chili
When you
fudge.
said it, I already knew what face she was making when I turned around.
yeah.
I read that yesterday on the website. I'm like, chili. I need parts.
Color
So
me
that's a
surprised.
dark chocolate
No, that
fudge
joint
cookie.
is hot.
And
I
they're
don't
chili
care about the
powder
spice.
That joint is hot.
and
It's
big
got some
chocolate
kick
chunks.
to it.
So it's
I'm gonna
fudgy, it's
try
it.
thick, it's
Yeah.
spicy. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we gotta take a trip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You open tomorrow?
We are open tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going.
So another
You can
cool
also
thing
order
about
online.
those though, they actually, with using the eggs and butter, you can also use, or you can use what is it?
You can make it
Applesauce
vegan.
and oil. Make it vegan.
Yeah, there's 2 recipes on there. Did you see that?
Wait, say word? Hold
Yes,
on.
I did.
Run that back. You
Yeah.
said
I noticed
applesauce
that.
and what?
Oil.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of butter, you can use oil, and instead of egg, you use applesauce.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually did use
I've never heard
applesauce.
of
I
Instead
never
of
had that
egg?
either.
Yeah, I use applesauce.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, because apples
like-
has a
I
lot of
think I got
pectin
some.
in it, so it's a binder, and that's what the egg in your cookies
Shut
is
up.
for. It's a binder.
Because when I was making it, I'm like, I gotta ask her next time I see her, why applesauce? Because it's a binder.
It's a vegan egg substitution. Yeah. For stuff like that, for cookies.
That's so
and like
cool.
cereals, yeah.
That's so cool. Wow. Oh.
Information is liberation right
Yeah,
there.
I
That's
didn't
really
know
crazy.
that.
I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
That's
I
really
got one in
fucking
the back
cool.
pocket.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm like,
I got some applesauce.
I got some applesauce.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm in, but I did not know why, but yeah, just because, like you said, they're fluffy. They're not your typical cookie, and I was like, okay, she cooking with some sauce.
Well, yeah,
A lot of
applesauce,
product
she just said
development.
Get it? Whatever.
Took so many
Trial and
recipes and cookies that were made to get to them to fit exactly in those bags, like
the ounces of this
yeah,
and this,
and to make it easier for the one who is baking them, for it to just be like a stick of butter and like an egg or two, or you know,
not
so it's
7/10 of the
yeah, 2
Okay.
eggs plus 1 yolk, and it's just like nobody wants to do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's like, when you just want a cookie right now, it's like 15 minutes, you got
were-
your cookies.
They were clutching that
man.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So when I often think about businesses and stuff like that, like for us, like we've talked about like doing charities and stuff like that. Do you have any goals for your brand, like to do like any philanthropy? For I'm saying it right?
Philanthropy.
Philanthropy.
And like like for your business.
Absolutely. I mean, we still do that now. So Sundays and Mondays. So we have a rotating menu every week.
Right.
Anything that's left over on Mondays or Sundays is picked up, and it goes to like the men's shelter or in other places and packaged food. So nothing is going to waste.
That's great.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I mean, we aren't like financially inept to be able to like donate cash to these places.
Not yet, anyway.
But not yet. But we do a lot of like charity gift baskets and product donations. Like people are always reaching out and being like, hey, this is what we're doing. Would you mind? And it's always like, absolutely.
That's what's up.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's
So
more
we give
warming,
back
though.
how
Right.
we can. Yeah, it's important.
And it expands
for
the
sure.
brand. It all makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and just the community is why we're doing what we're doing. Like our neighbors in our city. So it's like.
Good relationship.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're trying to create products and food that like everybody can afford. It's by weight, and like some people come up on the board and they see like $10 a pound, and it's like, oh, like I have to spend $10. It's like you can get a single serving for $2 at our booth. You can come here with $5 and you can walk away like and not be like dinner fed, but like you are. Breakfast, lunch, snack, like you're good. You can eat for a couple of bucks. So it's little things like that. It's important.
Absolutely.
So it's
you go to there and get a gyro. They're not going to give you a half a gyro. They're going to give you. So your costs are higher. So you're saying I can make it $2. Like you can get whatever you want. It's by the pound.
Yep. It's by the pound. And the customers that come into the market, there's such a wide range of people.
Yeah. To say the least.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But everybody's interesting, and you can take away something from everybody there.
Right.
I think it's important to give back. You know what I mean? There's already enough negativity out there. Why feed into that when you have a platform to do something good for others? Even if it is just donating meals or something of that nature. Why let something like that go to waste? It only takes a little bit of extra effort, to make those moves to have that happen.
I will say, I think that's one of the key points of why Devin was excited to come to the Home Pantry, because where he was working before, they did have a really awesome, type of structure to where there was a lot of donation base and giving, absolutely. And then all of those things stopped. And that like took a piece of Devin's heart away, and he knows with the Home Pantry he has the capability to create these things himself and build these structures that he wants to see. So like seeing Devin be able to like, he's like an idea guy. He's always like spit, and it's just like one day we'll be able to put all these plans into place, and
it'll be sooner than later.
Oh yeah,
sooner than later.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like, if for me to really invest myself into something, I have to feel it.
Right.
I gotta feel it in my core, and like normally, if my gut tells me that something's right or if it's wrong, it's normally going that way. But like, going over to the Home Pantry, there was nothing like that. It was like almost like a magnet pulled me towards it. Like it was supposed to happen.
Right.
Like, this is what you need to be doing, and it was undeniable that like, and how like it doesn't get any better than to be, running a business with your best friend. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
That like actually knows you. Knows you like inside and out.
Well, it's something like even when Devin and I were like much younger, we would be able to communicate by just like looking at each other. Like, and that was something that we spoke on. Like, we'd be in a room and like something would happen, we would just look at each other and we knew exactly what each other felt. So, and that still happens to this day.
Yeah.
Like, he knows me better than I know myself.
Seen that shit.
That's being Osh. Osh denies it, but that's being Osh.
First of all, don't ever in your life, right? No, but what you guys are speaking on is like that's that internal intuition.
Yes.
That's like unspoken and like you just
Well,
know
this is my
something.
brother.
Right.
He's not my friend.
Yeah.
Like, he is my brother. You know what I mean? There isn't anybody else outside of my family that I call my family except Devin. Devin is the only one.
When I first seen that you had joined the team, like my friend, I was like, yes, like just because like your friendship, your family, just was like, Devin is such like I was so happy for
man.
you.
Like the time tested, tried and true, man. Like even through all of my bullshit and all the lessons the hard lessons I had to learn. She was never a friend to enable. She was always there to give it to me straight because, like, let's face it,
I knew when you were lying.
Yeah, I wasn't hanging around the best crowd to tell me straight. You know what I'm saying? And even when she knew, like, I would be lying about shit, like, she'd be like, I know it is, but like just understanding, but knowing that she didn't turn her back, didn't turn away, And I think that even made it even more drawing to be like, when this does happen, like, I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, that's clearly like, there all signs point to yes. Where do you go no? You know what I mean?
A lot of people will though.
Yes.
And it's so nice to have his family support, not even with just Sarah, but like his grandparents and like, his whole support system have been so supportive of this transition for him too, and like that alone is just like, oh, it feels so good.
Yeah. And then like we were talking a little bit off air, like the girls get to come to work with me.
Right.
The girl, like,
heart-wrenchingly beautiful, you guys, to see that.
And they genuinely like they love it. Like, and then Lila will tell all her little friends, like, I'll be on the phone with Alaina, and like her and her friend Ruby will be in the back seat in the car, and she'll be like, see, that's my boss. I got a job, Like, I told you that's where I work at the Home Pantry.
Oh,
know.
Like, don't get it twisted. I do got a job right now.
What?
But I think that's what helps build the generations, like you said. And like, you know what I mean? Like, now she's so young, like that's already probably a goal for her now, just to be able to help you be there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that's
she loves it. Every weekend, she's like, "Are we like going into the weekend?" She's like,
"Are we working at 9 to 5?
Are we working
9 to 5 today?"
Because they know, and then they know what's really cool about these markets. It opens them up as well to like different things that they're not used to.
Different people.
And Bea walks away with $20, so she's happy about it.
Yeah,
she up.
Right.
Yeah, she's
she
obsessed
making-
with Jordans. So like any money that she can get to get her some Jordans, she's about it.
She about that. She's like, all right.
Sounds like a young Gabe right there.
Yeah. Taylor's the same way. Kids always gotta get after your pockets.
So cute.
Another thing I noticed about how you run your social media is that each week you ask, all right, what are we having? You let people, vote on a poll. How important is that to you?
It's huge.
It's on so many different layers too. I mean, the interactions as far as like just on social media is important. But I mean, that's why we're making what we're making. We want to make what people want. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's fun too. It's fun to see, because it'll all day be like, all right, spicy black beans winning. Looks like that's what we're making. And then a sharp turn comes and it's like double vegetable bar, and it's just like, it's just fun. It gets people like hyped up about it. Yeah.
Every week I vote.
You do?
I vote every week.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I'm like,
please
okay,
keep voting.
This sounds good. If I make it
I
out
need to
there
do
this
it more.
weekend, I'm getting this.
Yeah, I mean, you got to interact with with your following.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I say that, it plays so hard in the marketing because like you got to keep up seasonal stuff. You got to be just engaging. You gotta keep it fresh. You can't let shit go stale, because the minute that you do that, there's other businesses that are filling those gaps and those voids. So staying
and your customer
relevant
feels important.
Huge.
Yeah, they feel listened to, and absolutely.
And just having that direct. So it's been tricky because the Home Pantry started of me just like selling to my friends and family, and then it was to farmers market, so it was direct to consumer. And then once the pandemic hit and we commercialized, we started relying on retail and like grocery stores. So that direct to consumer relationship was wiped out. We didn't know who was eating our product, what they wanted, because we had no relationship or face-to-face contact with them. So now that we're back at the West Side Market, we're able to really see what people want, what people like, talk about the products, recipes, what to use them on, like even price points or reactions, and like so many things we're learning because we are talking to our customers
face to face.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even in front of the counter, because I seen you like when I was there, like you were already talking with like a couple, and like you were like with them, you were right next to them talking to them about your products, and they were kind of spitballing back to you, and it's just like
it's fun. And I'm a people person too, so it's like I love that.
Of course.
You know what I just playing off that a little bit. You said we went from farmers markets, then to retail. Depending on the environment. What's great about that is the manifestation of all those channels that happen within that.
So many channels now.
So now we're able to operate in the West Side Market, at farmers markets, the retail, direct to consumer.
He said that word.
What?
Manifestation.
Manifestation.
But no, that's what I consider like different level of thinking. Like you don't. There's only, in my belief, like there's only a few people that think like that really break down things to a different type of level to really understand all aspects of what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish.
It has to be digestible to a certain point, though. Like that's why I like I understand the word boss, but like you guys are leaders in what you're doing, because like a boss sits to the side, leaders actually show up and give you a menu per se of like how things are supposed to run.
That's the fun stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the fun stuff when you get to interact with like people at the deli, when you get to spend time in the kitchen building all of these recipes. It's never fun sitting behind a computer building out a layout for how you're going to do your inventory and stuff like that. I like to have hands on with stuff. You know what I mean? I like to be around. I like to be involved in everything. So like.
And that's what he said. Like when we first started, or even like the weeks leading up to him, like jumping ship, he was like, "I need to know everything. I'm gonna follow you around for months because I need to know everything." And it's like that's what I want that too.
I mean, and it's had its pros. Like there was a time where Alaina felt she got human. We all get a little sick every now and then. She had to take a couple of days off, and everything ran like she was still there. You know what I mean? Everything went how it was supposed to go. She had a baby shower.
That doesn't hurt my feelings.
No,
not at all.
It's a good feeling. She went to her brother's baby shower over the weekend. We had electrical problems at the West Side Market. I was out working a couple of different markets that weekend, and like there was no panic. She had her phone off. Like there is. We have it. Like the team has it under control.
There was still panic because I came back to my phone and I opened it up to like power's out. Do we move the food? Do we have to retransport? And I'm like, ooh.
He said, "Don't say this right now."
I was gonna say before the pod, she did say phone's going on, do not disturb. So she must feel pretty confident. If
that's good though,
right?
You know what I mean?
But I read those text messages after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got to the bottom, problems were solved.
Yeah.
So
you keep scrolling.
So like I'm sweating as I'm reading, and then by the time I got to the end, I was like, okay, great. I can just.
It's like that Key and Peele
right.
sweat, like Key and Peele skit where she's like naming all things that he did, and she's like, "Oh no!"
Starting to sweat like buckets of like
right.
water.
And she's like, "Wait, okay." Ooh.
That's got to be a little relieving though.
Immensely.
Yeah.
Like.
It's amazing.
Because for so many years it's just been me, and it's just like, well, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. Right. You know, so this has been the goal, and really like Devin and I talk like. So when I said I did the chain reaction competition last year, I had to build 6 month, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and continued on projections, goals. Where do I see this company going? In so many different directions. And where we are right now, this is the flagship. Like, this is location number 1. You know, we have so many different ideas in so many different ways. You know, whether it's like bodegas like on the corner, like in the neighborhood, or
in New York,
like boutique pantries, like in airport lobbies and like or you know, terminals and like hotel lobbies. You know, it's like you can go and you can get packaged fresh prepared foods and like little things, and you know, and it's all fresh.
Or
you know,
we can go another way too. Like we could go. There's just so many things you can do with the home pantry. If we wanted to start our own farm, like we could do that too.
Yeah.
You know? The name itself, home pantry, like it's like a warmness that goes inside of it. Like it literally.
You just want to understand what that's about. What do you mean the home?
And
pantry?
it was always that. There wasn't anything. It was just kind of that. I don't even know where that came from. It was just like that's what it was. I did everything out of my house, and I stocked my own pantry. You know, so it was just like.
But again, it's organic, and it's not like one of these carbon copies of like something that's already. This has its own personality. Like you told us the last episode, like each jar has its own personality and character. So like when you taste this one, you're experiencing this aspect of it. So
the
like
blood, sweat, and tears that went into this,
right? So. I think that's freaking
amazing. Blood, though, there's no blood in the food. I don't.
Right, we're not. Yeah,
for legal reasons.
No literal blood.
Ooh, I have a question.
You guys just can't keep giving away all the secrets.
I do have a question now. Since we talked about blood and sweat, have you had any issues like with inspectors or anything? Like,
no.
Like as far as like inspectors for like the city, they've been pretty good to work with. As far as
So I've always operated under the ODA. The Ohio Department of Agriculture, because of what we do. I'm a canning specialist, so I have my canning license. So the one who comes in to inspect our kitchen, go over our paperwork, over our files, our scheduled processes, he works for the state. So I actually have never had to deal with the city inspection until we opened the West Side Market, because I always went under the state, which is a bigger umbrella. And it was a breeze.
I was going to say, probably compared to the state requirements.
Exactly. So, like, even when the health inspector came, you know, she was like, oh, you got all okay. Oh, you got, okay, great. You already, okay, this is, you know, so it was a lot of like, I'm waiting on you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you.
Right. Yeah. We did a lot of waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's always easy, and I'm already like a clean person, you know, so like cross-contamination, you know, just health hazards, temperatures, that's already something that's always been in how I work, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of, I understand why the rules are the rules, you know, so it's, people get away with some stuff, though.
Man, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's wild. I would never, that's stressful. I would rather...
Just do it the right way. Just do it the right way.
Just do it the right way. Yeah. But no, it's been great. And that definitely the vendors, our neighbors see that we're trying to, you know, we mop our floors every day, we dust every day, everything is broken down, and
I think that plays a part too on why they're so receptive to us, because we really came in there on the right foot.
Yeah. You're not slopping the joint up. You're not, you know, disrespecting them and their spaces.
We set expectations for ourselves and others, you know, and they really liked that. A lot of them seen what we were trying to do and what our vision was, what was coming through, and they were like, we like we like them, you know. And they eventually now, like, they'll just come and stop by and for a second, hey, how's your day going? You know,
they just come over and bullshit, and it's just like, we've made friends here.
Right.
And even management. You know, like, management is very, you know, reciprocating to, like, no, you want to be here, we want you to be here too. Right. You know, so like that's been a really nice feeling.
It's like a respect level, like
absolutely. They see what we're doing. We're professionals here.
Ours.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and it's been really nice actually. There is another business that is potentially coming into the West Side Market, selling prepared foods. And management linked us together. Like, hey, can you talk to them? You know, tell them your experience. Like, how's it been going? And I'm like, that is awesome. You know, like, I don't look at that as like a direct competition or anything. It's like, no, we are building a community here in this space, and we need everybody that we can get to get people in here, you know? Exactly. So it's like, I'm all for it. So that's super exciting. You get to see things happening at the market too alone.
Yeah. You just hit the nail on the head with that statement, because like I was talking to this guy the other day, and it's like there's so many people that want to do stuff in the community, or just so many small businesses, but it's like, why don't people collab more? Why don't people get together and like do stuff like that more? And it's just something that always like I question. It's like you have opportunity to make something like how you go to like the idea guy. You know, you have all these ideas, but nobody's willing to collaborate sometimes. And it's like,
it just takes, you know, it takes two, but it takes that first person to step forward and be like, hey, you want to do this?
Right.
You know, because I feel like we all want to feel like members of our community, but it just takes, you know, that it takes a little work.
You got to put,
it takes work.
Put them into action. Like, it's cool to think about them and dream on all these ideas and whatnot. Write them down, save them, but they're just ideas until you put some effort and action behind them.
There's the phrase that like a dream without a goal is just a wish. So a lot of people keep wishing on something to happen instead of actually taking action.
Or expect things that people do things for them. Yeah,
that's not how it works. No, you have to put some type of effort behind anything that you want to do. So
it's like a lot. You know, some people want to go to work, do the bare minimum, but get paid the most. Yeah, you know. It doesn't work like that's just not how things go. If you want it, you got to put that effort in to get where you're trying to go, so that you can be put in positions to make more. You know.
Yeah, well, you have to learn lessons to get to the next level.
Oh, always.
You know, that's the biggest problem. Is like people don't want to accept those lessons. They don't want the repercussions that some things might come with the journey up. You know, it's like, no, you're going to get pushed down, you're going to fall, you're going to hurt yourself, you got to keep going.
But can you be resilient enough to bounce back and keep pushing towards whatever you're trying to get to?
Don't get discouraged because somebody or a group of people don't necessarily like what you're doing. You know, that's them. You're clearly, if you're on a path and you believe in it, continue to do it. You know, keep going.
I mean, really, there's so much adaptability that comes into it. Like, you have to be adaptable. Like, kinda, you know, like very often, you know, Devin teaches me a daily lesson on that. It's like, while there's a lot of reason for things, like maybe we can't do it this way or something like that, he's always like, well, you know, you just, you know, you gotta try it, and then I will come back to it and be like, oh, okay, you know, like, we do have to, we can't do it this way. You can set these expectations, but these expectations aren't always gonna hit. So Devin's like, don't set any expectations ever.
I try to tell people all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't set any, you know.
That's a little bit.
I have to set some. I need a little bit, you know.
She said expectations? Nah, Devin don't do that shit.
No. I think it's better to have objectives other than like expectations or goals. Because like, if the objective is to get to this space, you're going to have your trials and tribulations. But when you actually complete the objective, it all pans out and it makes sense.
You know, a very common feeling, it's like when you're going into something where you're uncomfortable or you're unfamiliar with, it's like, how am I ever going to do this? How am I going to learn this? How am I going to hold on to this knowledge? Like, what is this going to do for me? And then once you get there and you finish it, you look back and it's like, oh, okay. And it kind of, every time it gets so much easier to do, and by then you're like almost finished with the race. You know, it's like, that's something I feel like that happens.
You look back and you're like, I can't believe I thought that was hard.
And now I'm like super knowledgeable at it, you know, and it's like I'm able to like help the person next to me, and like that's been something that has been like personally fulfilling, you know, to like see my own growth and how I handle different, you know, situations and problems and stuff.
I love it.
I feel like that's one of my biggest problems. Like, you'll teach me something, but like now I'm gonna analyze, like, what is this really gonna do for me?
Yeah, how does it digest or register
like,
with you?
Was this really like useful information or unuseful? But then it kind of does come back to like, all right, well, somebody else might not know it, so then I can give further knowledge into something that I might not really personally care about, but you know,
or your current self may not, you know, need or want.
That is true, because I do not run into a lot of situations where I'm like, I do know how to do this. I got taught X amount of time ago.
And some people are actually like where they're supposed to be due to the level of consciousness they hold at that time. And as you get older, you mature, and it's like, I don't think the same way I used to when I was 2 years ago.
Dude, I don't think the same way I thought
like
last
2
year.
years ago, I probably wouldn't have tried that blue cheese just because she said it's blue cheese. Straight up, I'm just gonna be 100% honest.
Are we ready? Are we ready for this?
If you want to. Yeah.
All right, yeah. And then, okay.
Are we gonna
What? No,
pause
then
it or
no, we're gonna pause it after the mental health check.
oh, we're doing that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, explain the mental health check too.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
You don't.
Word.
So
we're starting with him.
You're right. So the mental health check is.
Why you gotta start with me?
1 to 10 across the board.
We don't have to start with you.
Mentally, physically, how financially, how are you doing?
On a sliding scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel?
At this very moment.
That's not that hard of a question.
Yeah.
See,
10 being you on top of the world, 1 being
I'm going
let's
through some
have a
things.
talk.
Yeah.
You know,
Personally,
that's
financially.
that's the question for the day. You know, but right now, things are great. I would say definitely a 9. There's always room for improvement.
A 9. Woo!
Okay.
I mean,
That's nice.
when I really like look back and assess what I got going on, I mean, nothing really. There's nothing really that gives me any discomfort at the moment with where I'm at in life. There's no uncertainty like with when I think about my future, family, goals. You know. Financial. I mean, we all want more money. At the end of the day, we all want more money. You know, that's because that's life. But I mean, overall, you take those small, like silly little things out of the way, and like, I would say a 9 for sure. For
That's
sure.
nice.
Good.
I would say.
How you feeling?
Yeah, how you
today specifically, overall today, I'm an 8.
There you go.
Okay.
I think an 8's good. I'd say an 8 is great. Yeah, 8's good.
Modest 8.
Yeah, yeah.
Feeling a little stressed? I mean,
Nice little-
holidays?
It's
or
more
was
of
it?
a
No.
chill 8. It sounded like a chill 8.
Yeah, no, I'm also like very comfortable and like very happy with where everything is going. I am just tired.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
feel that.
That's really
Once
it, you
said
know.
your whole week's been a blur, and then you really ask what is today. I'm like, yeah, she's just been.
I'm
putting
just
in
tired. And
X
that just
amount of
comes with the
hours.
season. That just comes with, you know, our growth in the business.
Holidays
And
have been
And you said
very
you haven't napped in a
fruitful.
while. I'm telling you, napping is the key
I
to
can't.
life, bro.
I don't nap. Yeah.
That's the key to life.
Yeah, you
I
missing
don't know how
out.
to nap.
I
You just,
know.
you just got to get you a good
I don't
hour
know
nap. A good hour nap will
I don't know
change
how
your
to
whole
do
day.
that. I'm
An
all-
hour's a lot. You know how much I could do with an hour?
I'll be
Sleep. Straight up.
Yeah, I do need to do that a little more.
I want to go last today.
Why? Why you get to go last?
Because I wanted to.
I wasn't here last week. I should go last.
That is true. But
I'll go next.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 1,000%. I'm a 1,000 right
how
now.
we feel?
sir.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling
Tell the world what we did today, John.
Yeah.
What we do?
We feel
So,
accomplished.
I am finished with my master's program officially.
did it.
I am graduating next week. So
We did it, John.
I'm walking the plank next week.
What is your What is your
That's
degree?
huge.
What is it?
It's a master's in public administration. So
That's cool.
This motherfucker
Community
got a
guy.
master.
yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah. I cannot wait. It's just now. This has been the moment I've been waiting for the last umpteenth years, and just kind of like education's
He fucking
all.
did it.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think this might be it for an education, but who knows? So
He said I'm going to go
Pause.
back for a doctor.
Doctor, you know,
I mean, at
so,
this point right now, you just
Why
want to
not,
take
bro?
you want
Take
you
a
want to
breath.
you want to smell the flowers and appreciate where you are. So.
yeah, and
Are you
just
still flying down?
yeah, I'm driving now. I'm driving. So,
driving.
so
Yeah.
I'm going to Arkansas. I went to Arkansas State University for my I'm going.
Kansas.
I'm going. To, I'm going to walk in my graduation next week.
Cool.
Yes, it's been a moment I've been waiting for, and
You got your cap and gown?
yeah, I got it all. I'm ready. I'm ready, and I don't know. I haven't opened it yet.
Can you and Abigail share the part 2 mixtape of your playlist?
Oh yeah,
Please?
Yeah.
You guys got a part 1 out already.
So
Can
I
we
have a
get part
girlfriend. You
2?
met her at
Yeah.
when I brought her there at the Home Pantry, and we went to New York in October, and we made a playlist for the trip there. So now we're kind of trying to figure out, are we going to do like ebooks or like a, what do they call them, like the fucking books that visual
Audible?
audio books, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
audio.
what are we going to do for a 12-hour trip? You know, so there's a lot more driving. And no, we're good. My
can sleep.
relationship is great. I'm doing so me and Abigail, we're doing so well together, and just
He in love.
yeah. So
My man's happy. That's all it
I'm
is.
fuzzy right now. All right, I'm fuzzy.
It's all right.
So I'm
man.
doing great. I'm doing great things, and I just can't wait for my future. So yes, 1,000.
So nice.
Man.
There you go, Jacob. How you feeling?
I'm a fucking 10.
There you go.
Nice.
Feeling good?
Why you gotta cuss like
Came in hot.
Just cause, man, this is my favorite time of year. I decorated the house this week, man. I watch a Christmas movie with Parker like almost every day. We camped out yesterday.
That's awesome.
Just I don't know. It's just that time of year. We got great guests on today, which I'm very happy about. I've known Devin since he's first grade.
Yeah.
Like so, it's just a great day. Great people, great vibes. That's my motherfucking time.
I just don't like the way you holding the mic like you gonna drop that bitch in a second or something.
These bitches too expensive. I can't be doing that shit.
Yeah. So,
what about you, Big Daddy Ash?
I mean, I feel I'm probably at like an 8.5. Yeah.
Good.
I'm just operating on a space where like there's a wisdom of like knowing and being confident about where you're going in life, and that's literally the space I'm in now. I'm like, I never felt so fulfilled in the sense where like I'm at ease with everything around me. Like there's no stress, there's no worries. That's like I get this little.
What makes you happy?
Yes, I found exactly the ingredients. Naps are essential to this ingredient too.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Just
dabble.
Just a little dabble of it,
for like
though.
15 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Sit there, relax.
Yeah.
15
But I
minutes,
do
get
often.
yourself ready.
You guys don't know this, but I do meditate on a regular basis, and that kind of helps my consciousness, like, kind of project what I want out of life in the next, like, maybe hour or days or weeks to come. But like, life is good for me.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Wow, we got some happy people in this room.
You know, it's gonna sound fucked up, but Ash really just said all the shit I was gonna say, man. I feel like I'm really at a good peace in my life, man.
That's what's
Like,
up.
and it's like it feels good just to not have any stress and like.
And you're only 26.
I'm 27 actually, but I'll take 26.
He was 26. He was 26 last time you were here.
That mustache is.
Hey, listen, I told my girl I'm woofing it out for the whole year.
There you
Okay,
go.
come Christmas time, I'm gonna get cleaned up, all right? But I don't got X amount of dollars to be spending on haircuts like that. 'Cause he might barber raising the prices.
Come on,
It's-
man.
it's-
Come on, man.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, because
He understands.
I look at it from like you know the cosmetology of it. Girls do their eyebrows, their lashes, their hair. That shit is hundreds of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's $45 for me to, you know what I mean, get actually cleaned up? You know?
45 for a
If it makes you feel good.
Do you get the hot towel
Valuable.
treatment too?
Mhm.
Okay,
I
that
get a
makes
hot
sense.
towel, black, like he does like the black mask. on my
Oh, well,
nose
okay.
and
You're
shit.
paying for quality
Yeah, you're
of the
getting
cut.
like, you're not
though.
just getting a haircut. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no. I mean,
You're getting actual.
He's having a spot day.
which
Essentially,
I wish more men would take that approach of like, this is a self-care day for me. Like,
Absolutely.
You know,
I
I've
think
never
some
thought of
naps.
taking that approach to self care. Like I would. I mean, I'm sure. Sure.
You go to the gym every day.
I do.
that is self-care too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I went.
I just
3
said I
times.
never that route. You know, like I think it would be cool. I'm sure I would like to get my
Facial
shit all
and
cleaned.
stuff,
That doesn't sound like a bad. I just never. I've
Bro,
never done that before.
shit's life changing, man. Real relaxing. Like, I just got started hitting with.
He's going to ask me for a raise.
Hey, you
What's
know,
going on?
I need more mental health days. There you go.
Them ice rollers.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Man, I started getting hit
Those
today.
work?
I don't know if they work.
They
but
do.
feel
So
fucking
like
good.
the puffiness around your eyes will like kind of like go down with the.
It's a little thing, right?
Yeah,
Where you
just little
do
roll.
that?
Put it in the freezer for a little bit and just roll it on your face. I'm telling you, it's a nice little soothing thing to you know, relax the body and just get a little meditation and just close your eyes and just.
Roll it on.
Where's the bathroom around here?
It's upstairs.
it's upstairs.
I'm at a 9. I think I don't know if I
Okay.
gave a number.
You got a quote? I can pull up a quote.
Hey, go ahead, pull up a quote.
yeah.
I got an office quote.
Yes.
Why? What's up with you being you know?
Now he wants to be a part of the office.
I'm gonna say it all.
like,
That's why I'm gonna hold it for off.
No, because I'll tell you straight up.
Give us
I
something.
watched all the way up to season 5 of The Office.
Terrible. You need to watch
I'm
it all.
terrible.
Did you watch the extended versions of
No,
these?
he ain't hit.
Look, I'm not rich. Okay, I don't have like the Peacock to where I can watch the extended version.
I only bought Peacock for the office, so
Literally, I told you that.
I've never seen The Office.
you are missing out.
You
on,
feed us, so I'm gonna let it slide.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen like here and there. I get the memes.
That means
You know, I
It's something you gotta watch from episode 1 to literally the last episode. Like
Okay.
every episode coexists within the last one.
You know what show
Oh, do the first one. I
love,
think that's like
my comfort
spot
show
on
right
with-
now
Okay.
is Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. Oh my god.
Never watched
So,
it.
I just
I
have it
love
on
Big Mouth.
repeat. It just
Yeah.
plays.
so
you know, it's
the
just on
first
there.
season when it came out and it was super popular, I tripped on mushrooms and I fucking swear to God I was in the show. and it's like every time I watch it, like it's not that I have like Like I zone like
right.
there's
like
nothing
you're there,
around.
you're
like,
with them.
Yeah, you got absorbed in the show.
Yeah,
so it's like
I feel like I'm a part of the show type shit. Like I'm a cartoon character. Like
then you see the hormone
so
monsters
good.
and all that.
God, it's just so funny.
Like, did you see the offshoot show they made?
What's the other one?
About the hormone monsters.
Yeah, it's straight to monsters though.
Yeah, it's also very good. I don't know why I can't think of what it's called right now.
I don't know. I
don't know.
watch
Jacob, go
it.
ahead and give us this quote from The Office.
Quote from The Office today is, okay. Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way. From the great Michael Scott.
I've been there.
There you go.
See?
That's a good quote.
Until next time, everybody. This has been an episode of It's On Us.
You want them to plug their social medias too? Like,
social media? Of course.
Yeah.
Well, the website is thehomepantry.com.
Mm-hmm.
There you can find our location at the Westside Market. You can find our weekly menu. You can shop online. And you can also subscribe for the juice and get weekly emails and updates about what we are doing.
Oh, shit.
So Instagram, we are currently at the Home Pantry CLE. I am trying to get just at the Home Pantry. So I've been trying to get a hold of Instagram for like a long time, and that's the bigger goal. But right now it's the Home Pantry CLE, or Facebook.com/the Home Pantry.
All right.
You can find us.
Thank
You
you.
could probably just type it in on Google. We should come right up, I hope.
You do.
Nice.
This has been an episode of It's On Us. Again, make sure you like and subscribe to us on all of our pages, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Podbean, wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you